Metro Supply Chain is the official sponsor of the Ask the Experts Theater at Edge 23, pioneering the future of supply chain with investments in advanced automation, robotics, and business intelligence. Metro Supply Chain delivers innovative, real world supply chain solutions that advance business. Learn more at metroscg.com.
Hello, welcome to the Ask the Expert Theater, sponsored by Metro Supply Chain. My name is Sarah. I am the U.S. Sales Director. Metro Supply Chain is the largest Canadian independently owned logistics company. We have about 100 locations throughout Canada, the U.S., and the U.K. And it is my pleasure to present to you the Logiwa presentation and Ivor.
Thanks. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining the session. I hope you can understand my accent. I mean, I'm Turkish, so my accent can be a little bit bold, and also it's too noisy and loudy. So I will try to talk about WMS, which is not an interesting topic actually, but we'll try to make it interesting and exciting because we'll talk a lot of e-commerce, direct to consumer. So try to make it more interesting for you. A little bit background about me. I am an industrial engineer. I am the co-founder and CEO of Logiwa. In the past, I have implemented tier 1 WMS systems, like large WMS systems for very large companies. And during that implementation, we tried to do some e-commerce implementation as well with these large tier 1 WMS systems. And we failed. I mean, yes, it was possible to if we were ready to do 2 years of implementation, but no one was really willing to do 2 years of implementation with extra additional cost. And at some point, I just realized there is a need for a new WMS system. Actually, I don't call it WMS. I call it a fulfillment system. And the reason why we need a new WMS system for e-commerce is very simple. And I will try to explain. But the one thing that I realized is all these e-commerce businesses, you can ship fashion, apparel, food, a mobile phone, it doesn't matter. They all have the same process, which is download an order. Someone picks the order in pieces, and someone brings the order to packing station, print a shipping label, and give it to the carrier. This is exactly true for all the fulfillment centers that are shipping e-commerce. And we decided to focus just this process. And I will try to explain what we are doing different than anyone else and how we can change the game with a new system that is designed for e-commerce and shipment. So first of all, I would like to explain what changed and what is still changing. It's all driven by consumer expectations. Consumers now, instead of going to a brick and mortar store, they buy online. And this is a huge difference from a consumer point of view. The last time I was in a brick and mortar store was most probably to buy my eyeglasses. That's all. And then I purchased 4 additional reading glasses from Amazon. I didn't go to store. It was just the first time. But most of the people, they just click and buy. They don't understand what's going behind the scenes. And there is a shift from warehousing to fulfillment. So before the pandemic or COVID, we were going a brick and mortar store, and we were finding and picking our own product from the shelf, and then bringing it to cashier, pay it, and then drive it to home. So we were basically the picker and the delivery guy for ourselves. But especially after the e-commerce, now we are just ordering online, and someone else with the fulfillment center finds our product across maybe 1 million different products, and then put it in a box, print a shipping label, and someone else deliver this product to our home. So basically, we do nothing. We are not picker or delivery guy. But this created a huge pressure on the fulfillment centers because it's now different than ever. And also, the infrastructure changed as well. We are not talking point of sale systems anymore, but we are talking e-commerce platforms or marketplaces. But we are still, most of us still using the same legacy WMS system and expecting this system to fix and to solve all problems for e-commerce. Let me give you an example. If you are shipping this pencil from your warehouse in a B2B environment, and if you are going to ship 10,000 of them, most probably you have to pull out 2 pallets, put in a truck, and it's done. One forklift driver in 20 minutes can ship 10,000 of this pencil. In an e-commerce or direct-to-consumer fulfillment center, 10,000 pencils means 8,000 different customers, 8,000 different orders. And one guy cannot do this. You need at least 100 people pick, pack, and ship this product. So you cannot expect a system designed to ship like bulk pencils 4 decades ago to solve today's problem, which is very labor intensive. And also when you put the labor turnover as well, it's almost impossible because you cannot even train the person. So this is why we say there is a need for a different system. Actually, this is a slide from one of my lectures when I was in the college. I was lecturing. I used to lecture actually. And one of my questions for the exam was, hey, if you think of a company as a human body, what would be which organ would be the warehouse? And the students goes like, hey, brain, like liver, whatever. They're very creative. But at the end, it is the heart. And I don't relate heart with emotions, by the way. It just pushes blood. And if you look at, if the heart doesn't push the blood, and if doesn't put it in a synchronized way, we are done. Our body cannot perform. It's very clear, right? The same for the companies. If your fulfillment center is not pushing the inventory or the orders to the consumers in a synchronized way, in a fast way, you are done as a company. And I have seen e-commerce companies going down just because they cannot operate their fulfillment center. It's where everything starts for e-commerce. You have to ship faster and in a synchronized way and on time. Otherwise, you are done. So, and also, if you look at the technologies that we are using now, in 2010, we were talking all on-premise systems, which were actually, I remember those days, black screen, telnet, green font, and you were using this black screen, green font, telnet on the mobile devices. Then it changed. But then 2010, we were talking fake cloud. Fake cloud means, yes, you are on the cloud somewhere, but you still have your own server, physical server, and etc. This is not the cloud that I'm talking. And now, 2020, we are talking point solutions. You put together a couple of different solutions and expect them to solve your fulfillment operation. The real solution today should be pure cloud. Pure cloud means one version for everyone. And if the product releases a new feature, everyone should be getting it right away without an upgrade, without any cost. This is what the true cloud at the moment is. And the modern fulfillment system should be a true cloud solution. And I will try to explain this. So we compared B2B and B2C a little bit with this pencil example. But let me give you a little bit more details. What is missing in this direct-to-consumer environment when you use a traditional legacy WMS system? First of all, they are designed for forklift operations. And the warehouses or traditional WMS systems designed for storage, not for shipment. They just do storage, high level, forklifts, and then they ship in bulk. Whereas a modern fulfillment center is designed for shipment, not storage. They don't need to store. And the more you store, you lose money. You have to ship faster, faster, faster. So this is the main core difference between two environments. And you cannot, again, expect a traditional system to operate in this fast shipping environment. To support this, time is now the biggest challenge for everyone. Amazon put the stick very high. They ship same day, next day, today, whatever. And all the consumers are expecting the same performance from us or from 3PLs, from logistic providers, from companies. And it is getting even tougher. We don't want to go and waste our time in a brick and mortar store. We want to order online, but we want the product right away. Or even we don't want to buy online. We want to subscribe, and we expect the product to be at doorstep every week, right? And also, again, Amazon changed the game for all of us. Now we are all competing with Amazon, actually. Amazon has the best WMS in the world, to be honest, and we have the second one for direct to consumer, to be honest. This is one of our customers, actually. The volumes are high, and look at the picture. 50% of the orders are shipped out in 10 hours. 82% of the orders shipped out less than 20 hours, and 91% of the orders shipped out less than 24 hours. And if you look at the same customer 3 years ago, you would see 10% in less than 10 hours, 20% less than 20 hours, and 35% in 24 hours. You can see how the game is changing step by step. And you have to be faster than ever. And in order to provide this, we built something called Impact Engine for our customers. We don't talk ROI, by the way, in our company. We don't usually talk ROI. ROI doesn't mean anything to us. We talk positive impact. Means that, hey, as an onboarding engineer, or as a product guy, or as a support guy, or as CSM, what positive impact you provided to your customer this week? It's weekly. And impact means how many orders they can ship more after you optimize their process. And you have to report this every week. Every week, you need to see from everyone, hey, I fixed that parameter, I fixed that algorithm, I fixed that optimization logic, and now the customer is shipping 50 orders more every day. This is what we are looking, because this is the new name of the game. We are not talking for cost optimization. We are talking more shipment on time and faster than ever. This is how we see the problem. Also, there are some key differences between traditional and modern fulfillment systems. One of them is being the cloud. If we develop a feature for a customer, when we release that feature, all the customers can use it. Of course, they can use it their own way. They can do their own algorithm, but the feature is there and you don't need to pay for it. Let's put it this way. If you are using a traditional WMS system, and as we know, our e-commerce changes every quarter. New shipping method, new boxing method, new bonding method. And every quarter, you ask this new feature, right? Hey, can you do this for me? Yes, I can do, but you have to pay me $50,000. And the second customer, the other customer has to pay another $50,000. Everyone has to pay that $50,000 because they are not in one environment. They are separate servers. For us, we see this an investment to our product. We usually don't charge. Even though if we charge, we just distribute it to everyone. This is product. This is how you stay competitive. Otherwise, you have to pay each and every time. We call this time to value. How fast you can operate is the new ROI. I can give you one of our customers as a sample. It already has a case study on our website, so it's easy to say. Deliver, acquired by Shopify and Flexport. They are our customer, and we are running all Deliver asset-light 3PL warehouses. And before Shopify acquisition, we signed an agreement with them, and they asked, hey, Erhan, can you implement 33 fulfillment centers in less than 6 months? Because Black Friday was approaching. And we implemented 36 warehouses in less than 6 months. And 6 months later, I guess, they acquired by Shopify. So we can do very fast implementation with no upgrades and with no additional customization and configuration. Even though if you do customization, it is for the product, not for your specific project. And the main problem with these legacy players is, first of all, you just pay for initial investment, which is, let's say, $1 million, $500,000. I don't know the number, but it changed. But once you pay that money, you think, hey, it's done. I am not going to pay anything else for next 2 years or 3 years. But it's not the game, because yes, in B2B, maybe you don't, because the business doesn't change. You have the strategic customer 5 years, for 5 years, and you just do the same thing. But in e-commerce, every quarter there is something new, and you have to pay again and again, again and again. It never stops. Upgrades. As we all know, you cannot upgrade. You can upgrade every 4 years. If you are lucky, every 2 years, but we have to pay for it. For us, there is nothing called upgrade. Every month, there is a new release, and you get all the functions that you want to use. Make sense? This is a really big competitive advantage for most of the customers and most of the fulfillment companies. And the other thing is, all these legacy systems are charging per user, per employee. Means that if you have 100 pickers, you pay for 100 pickers. So if you are paying me per user, why would I do productivity improvement in your warehouse? Have you ever asked this question to yourself? Why? Because if I improve your process 60%, then you're going to use 40 employees and you'll pay me for 40 headcounts, right? Why? There's no real reason to do an optimization. For us, we charge per volume. Per volume means, hey, you increase your volume, you pay us more. I don't really care how many people you use in warehouse, and I just help you to reduce your number of employees, or at least keep the same number of employees, but increase the volume. This is what we focus, and this is how we do this. But really ask yourself, say, if I am paying number of users, why would someone improve my process? Yes, there is equation there. The other thing is, the modern system looks for continuous improvement and see this a product investment. But if you look at the traditional systems, every upgrade, every technology upgrade or environment change is additional cost to you. You have to pay for it. If you are lucky, there is no bug, so you pay less. But if there is a bug, you have to pay for the bug as well. So our approach is automate everything. Because of one main reason. Let's just forget the productivity and everything. The employee turnover is too high. You cannot find pickers, packers that understands the business. There is no way. So if you don't automate, they will make mistakes. By automation, we are just onboarding them faster than ever, and they don't need to think. We have this phrase, hey, we don't want the picker or the put away guy to think, what is the next process? Because if they think, you have to train them for 2 months at least to give them that intelligence. We don't need that because our algorithms and automated flows can fix this for you. Also, operations. I see WMS systems where the picker goes to front office and asks the supervisor to fix things or adjust the picking task because the item is not there, etc. No. A real fulfillment software, 95% of all the operations, including count, picking, packing, put away, receiving, should be on the mobile devices so that the man on the floor can do the operations. Plus now, we started a lot of human-robot interaction. We are seeing a lot of robotic warehouses, actually. Some warehouses, it works. Some of them, there is no ROI actually for robots, but some of them, it really works. It depends on what type of product and what type of business you do. But I have seen really productive robot implementations as well. Let me give you a couple of examples, and I will try to keep this short. In average, I told you about the impact engine. We count this every week. In average, we are bringing 11% better time for directed put away. Everyone can tell you we do directed put away. Okay, they do, but they just offer you the first available location. We don't offer the first available location. With our AI algorithms, we offer the best available location. And best available location doesn't mean the location that is empty or closer. It means the location that I can pick faster. Because put away is all about picking. If you put the product to the right location, then you pick faster. This is how we optimize the picking process. The other one is average 61% less time improvement in label automation. I remember this customer, like a big 3PL, we replaced the tier 1 system. And I said, why did you select us? He said, they print labels in 28 seconds with rate shopping. 28 seconds for one label. We can print this in less than 3 seconds, including the rate shopping, in transit calculations, and all the dry ice and all the calculations. So the improvement there is huge because the technology is designed for faster label printing, whereas a traditional WMS is designed for picking 100 pick lists in a day or 200 pick lists in a day, not 20,000 labels in a day. It's a totally different technology. And with job automation, we can bring 58% improvement. And I will explain later how we do this. There's one other thing that we are very good at. In B2B, you have few customers, like large few customers, and you can assign a dedicated CSM or support person to each customer, so that if the customer asking for a specific package instruction or specific label, whatever, they can talk there with their CSM, and it's easy. The CSM explains the operations guy and it works. But in direct to consumer, there are thousands of customers. You cannot assign a dedicated CSM or support person and understand the customer and transfer the information to operations. We do this with automation, AI-based automation. We check the rules, if, then, else, what am I gonna do? And then we can decide packing instructions, shipping box, or gift note or inserts right away without a need for another additional manual interaction. This is how we optimize the job. This is just a part of it, by the way. We have approximately 12 different physical flows in the warehouse that defined for e-commerce. These are some common ones. When we download 100,000, 10,000 orders, we process these orders and we identify identical single multi-item orders, batch them, and try to do batch operations. This is how we improve 58% automation, because in a normal warehouse, I will give you real customer examples as well. So usually when we land a warehouse that is using a traditional WMS system, they pick order based. Like there's a single item order, a picker goes to the warehouse, pick and bring. You don't need to do that. We can pick 2,000 single item orders in one batch, go to the packing station, scan an item, and we'll print the label for you. This is a huge optimization, and it can really go up to 60%, 80% improvement. This is a sample customer. They are shipping around 300 orders a day, and we optimize their process. After the optimization, they started shipping 600 orders more because they were doing single item picking one by one, going to the warehouse. We just optimized, and 60% of their orders are single item. You don't need to go and visit the warehouse. We have, as I said, 12 different physical flows for e-commerce, and we just implement them right away. By the way, average implementation time for us is 6 weeks. We can do an implementation in 6 weeks. And I'm not kidding. You can talk with my customers. We can really do that. This is another customer, 3,000 orders. They were shipping 3,000 orders. And then we changed their workflow automation, which is there were people who were checking the orders and deciding what to do. Hey, this order is going to be gift packed. This order is going to be X, Y, Z. We just changed that to automated algorithms, and there is no need. And they started processing 1.5 thousand orders more every day after the workflow. This is one of our customers. After starting with us, year over year, he started growing almost 400%. And look at the active number of users. It's just 2.7x. And this is another customer, which is ShipCube, actually. And he was so happy with the system. He's still so happy with the system because the training time, he's constantly hiring new people. The turnover is very high. And the training time for him is 2 hours. in 2 hours, he can train a new employee and put on the ground because there is no need to employee to think about that. So this is our like cloud platform. We focus on connected commerce, which is all integrations, Amazon, Shopify, Magento, NetSuite. We also do digital warehousing and plus all the smart shipping. We have connections with all the carriers. We can do rate shopping and we can even do transit and dry ice calculations. So if you want to learn more, we are in booth 713. Always welcome. I will be there tomorrow before noon as well. Any questions or any statements? I am open, not just questions, but if you want to express any statement, I'm open.
So every now and then, I imagine you may have a customer that has very unique processes. And what if that process doesn't fit your roadmap for the product? How do you mentioned everybody gets the same updates, but how do you manage that situation?
We don't stop you. First of all, don't believe that. In e-commerce, you didn't see Logiwa, I guess. You see us and you're going to see that you don't have unique processes. It's a workflow design or an algorithmic design. For example, if you think there is a need for a new picking algorithm, you don't need to code it. We just have like workflow type of algorithms. You can just design it and it works. So we just touched all the customization parts of the WMS and we made it configurable or designable by the user or by my consultants. Such as if you want to print a custom picking slip, you don't need us. You can do it your own or we can help you. But it's not a development or customization for us. We change customization to configuration or design or workflow. Make sense? But if we cannot solve the problem, then this means that, hey, there is a unique process. And we ask this question to ourselves, and I will be very transparent. Hey, other customers can use this or not? It's reusable or it's just specific to you. If it is specific to you, you don't do this. But if it is reusable by other customers, you'll do it free of charge. Make sense? This is the deal. But trust me, there won't be a lot of customizations, unique processes in your warehouse. You should see Logiwa. There is a guy there, Eric, who can explain you, but better than me, trust me. If you do e-commerce, B2B is different. We do B2B as well, but in B2B, you are right. There may be very specific cases because the customer in B2B is dominant. You have a large customer and they want whatever they need. But in e-commerce, the customer has no option actually. This is what you provide them. Makes sense? Any other questions or statements? Thanks, guys. It's Monday, last session. There's a happy hour. Thanks for listening. And if you ever want to join, we are here. Thanks.